The world is changing faster than ever. What used to take decades is now taking years or even months.
What you see right now is the illusion that people have had for many decades about the workplace being a secure rest of your life.
For the first time in the history of our nation, our children will not do as well as us.
We've seen our friends get laid off. We've been laid off. We've had our pay cut.
People are overworked and underpaid. They seem to have less time and less freedom. They live under constant pressure.
This is going to be forced. And so even if your employer loves you, they may have to cut you. There's something wrong that on Monday morning, the heart attack rate increases by 35%.
Technology is accelerating, job security is declining. It just doesn't seem like the old models of making a living are as reliable as they used to be.
Every aspect of our lives, there's a better way out there, but we're still doing it the old way.
We live in the greatest country on the planet, and there are a lot of people sitting around complaining and being cynical.
Like everyone's whining about this old model, and I'm like, why don't you leave it? Look at all this over here. Look at all this opportunity.
Since so much of our lives revolve around our work and the way we make our living, many people are thinking there just has to be a better way.
The biggest challenge facing our world today is not making money, is what are we going to do with all the displaced, unemployed people?
People are afraid that they're going to make the wrong decision. People are afraid of the unknown. People are afraid that maybe I don't have the skills.
Hey, sports fans, industrial age is over. It's dead. It's dying. That's why going to school to get a job is an obsolete idea. A steady paycheck is an industrial age idea.
All right. Well, good afternoon, or I should say good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening, wherever you are around the world. If you do me a huge favor, type in the chat room your name, the city, the state, the country, even where you're from. I'll start kind of shouting out a few of them. I know it'll be way too many for us to get one little swoop here, but I will do my best. As a matter of fact, if I've got any additional panelists on the stream, you can help me call out some of these countries, but we've got Trinidad and Paloma and Bahamas and United States, Portugal, Bronx, New York. There's DC and UK and
Houston,
Texas and
Curacao,
Africa, South Africa,
Tanzania,
Quebec. Where else is that, Brian?
Tanzania.
Tanzania,
That's the one you
Tanzania,
love.
Cape Town. Wow, South Africa, you guys from everywhere. Florida, from Boston, New Jersey, Playa del Carmen, Curacao again is in the house. Australia. Oh man, you guys are from everywhere, from Ohio, Kentucky. Saludas, New Zealand, Ireland, Croatia, Slovenia, Baltimore. Wow, they're coming in fast. Singapore, Romania, Hispania. Hey, and guys, we're actually translating to like 56 languages. Is it, Priska? Some 56 languages. Aruba, Belgium, Canada, Seattle, Malaysia, Minnesota, Trinidad and Tobago, Arizona, Trinidad again, Aruba again, New York is in the house, Sicily, Estonia, DC. Wow, Texas, San Antonio. That's Alaska, Virginia, and Tuskegee, and Canada, and Ontario, and London. Prince George's, Angola, Sweden, Bahamas, South Africa, Mars. Yes, we got somebody from Mars. Damn it! I knew we would get out of the United States and out of out of Earth soon. I knew it. We're in Mars now. That's what I'm talking about. Whole new population of people. Portugal,
International Space Station.
Space Force. Okay, so I'm going to ask the guys in the back office here, watch out for the guys from Mars and Jupiter. We got to watch them. I'm not used to the culture there. I got here on the globe here in the world on Earth, but I got to watch out for the Jupiter and the Martians, man. We got to watch out for them. So make a note of the Martians and the Jupiterians. I guess that's what the Plutonians. All right. Translation, please. Translation is on the way. We got aliens in the room. Brazil is in the house. Gosh, man, this is exciting. Toronto, Canada. Jupitans. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. So welcome one and all from wherever you are, especially the Gold Standard Partners. I think the reason why the room is getting packed so fast from Namibia and Maryland and Norway, the reason why the room is getting packed so fast, Mauritius, I love that country, in Las Vegas, the reason why it's getting packed so fast is because of a lot of things. But the main thing is because of you, our GS partners. You guys make this happen. You make this company amazing. You've already gotten out here, and you've shared this information with as many people as you could, because we truly have a global solution. And I'm excited about that solution today, because when I bring out my first guest, you'll understand what I mean by this. I consider myself the serial networker. I love the industry of network marketing. I believe, just like the video in the beginning of the presentation said, it is a better way, right? And now it's not perfect. It's not perfect. And I want you guys to listen to me for a second. Stop chatting for a second. As a matter of fact, y'all turn the chat off for me for a second. I want to set this meeting up right, because this is such an important event for the world today. So important for the world today. And I appreciate you guys. You're having fun there in the chat room. But for a minute, just kind of stop typing for a second and listen to me. There's a massive market that's emerging as we speak. And we have a lot of fun in this business. I mean, it's a home-based business. Actually, it's evolved into a mobile-based business. You can do this business not just from home, but from anywhere in the whole world. And so people are starting to understand that we're in a global economy. It's a global economy. You're not just, nation building. It's not a national company. I live here in the United States of America, and we have a thing here. We have great pride in our country, and we should. But we make this statement. We say we live in the greatest country in the world. And all you got to do, and that's debatable. We're not going to sit here and say whether the United States is the greatest country in the world. All you need to do is travel. Just travel just a little bit. Like if we were to turn the chat room right back on, and I don't want you to yet, but if we were to turn the chat room on and I would say, is your country the greatest? Most people would say yes. Once you travel a little bit, you'll begin to understand something that's so valuable and so powerful. And that is that everybody seems to want pretty much the same thing. For their posterity, and they want to love somebody. It's pretty much like that. I mean, I travel a lot internationally. And the thing that I see that weaves us together, one fiber that weaves us together, it's just a consideration and care and love for one another. You know, I walked down the street when I was there with Mr. Height in Dubai, and I didn't see people fighting each other. They were just smiling and waving. At the core of us, there is a genuine appreciation for one another. The flip side of that is we're all humans. We all have our proclivities. We all have our filters and our upbringing. We all have our ethnicities and our culturism. And we were raised in different environments. And because of that, that is the part that makes the network marketing piece a little bit dicey and a little interesting. You'll have all kind of people on this platform today from all different countries. You already saw them. We're around the world in 60 days, all over the world. And so you're going to have every manner of people. But the one thing I can share with you today, and you'll find this out as you progress through this event, is that this solution that we're going to share with you today with a very special guest speaker is a solution that the whole world needs. I heard a very wealthy guy say, you want to get rich, Mike? He says, find something that solves a problem and you will get rich. Well, guys, we have an event today that will share with you a global problem. We got to bring the world together under a common economy that people are beginning to understand cryptocurrency as that common economy. And yes, there are thousands of cryptos around. But we have a system in place, and we're going to roll this thing out progressively starting today that allows the average individual the simplicity of utilizing the cryptocurrency market and weaving it into our everyday life. So we've got an extraordinary event that's going to break these pieces down. We've got about a 45-day run that's going to just roll this out piece by piece so that everyone will have an opportunity to understand it. So I'm really excited today to start bringing this information to you with our guest speakers. Now, what I want you to do, a little housekeeping. Don't try to make screenshots or things like that because we are in our pre-launch phase and things can change. A few things can shift and change. And you don't need to make notes, and you don't need to, make your notes, but you don't need to take screenshots because as these things adjust, we'll be coming on these presentations very often to make sure we keep you up to date as we expand this vision and get it out to the general marketplace. Some of you are here today, you're brand new, you may not know what we're talking about. Just stick around, write your notes. We may even get a couple of questions that we can get answered for you in the Q&A room. But just stick around, absorb as much as you can, and get back with the person that invited you here today. And we will absolutely do some Q&A sessions to make sure you get your questions answered. Fair enough? All right. So the only other thing I'll ask is when I bring on our chairman of the board, he loves people. He loves to interact with people. So we may turn the chat room back on, but try to be respectful to the people that are here to learn. All right. And those of you that are brand new, get back with the person that invited you here today. Shoot them a quick text right now. Tell them thank you in advance. You'll see why I said that in just a moment. So without any further ado, let's jump into the meat of the information. We have been very blessed. We have been very blessed. Yes, sir. We've been very blessed to have a chief technical officer who has put us in a position to be on the cutting edge of technology in this crypto space. And we invite everybody to the party. He's made it so accessible and so simple for people like me. I call myself a crypto dummy, right? He's made it easy where it's like point and click. As a matter of fact, the gentleman that's our guest speaker today, he made a statement on one of our calls. He says, the number one product in the world is convenience. The number one product in the world is convenience. And that's one of the things that's so explosive about GS Partners. And so we're going to bring him out later, but the gentleman who's made it convenient for all of us is our Chief Technical Officer, a man who really doesn't need any introduction. He's famous all over Instagram. I have never met a person who was more helpful to a global community than our Chief Technical Officer. And then one thing he said to me, he said he's into crypto and the blockchain, not for what most of us are in it for. We like to speculate and trade coins and make money, and making money is good. I heard him say he is in it for the freedom. He believes that cryptocurrency is a currency that belongs to the people, and he is true to that mission. And so today, I would like to introduce to you the Chief Technical Officer of Gold Standard Partners, Mr. Alex Kosendow. And it's important that you get his name right, Kosendow. Good evening to you, Mr. Kosendow.
Good evening, Mr. Michael. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for the introduction. It's very kind of you to say such nice words about me and everything. Thank you for all the community. I know I posted yesterday some text which I received from a person which wasn't so happy about the project itself. There are still a lot of questions, of course, which they need to be answered. And in my opinion, instead of answering these questions with text, I think it's better for all of us if we succeed in answering the questions with facts. That's why tonight I want to present you another fact. In fact, this is the future of what we already called the savings account. The savings account, and how it is this going to work, how is this savings account decentralized, how we can follow up from where these coins are coming, and how we can follow up the impact of all of this. So tonight I'm going to share you my screen, and I'm going to present you everything about the savings account over the blockchain. Basically, what we have here, it's a system which will allow us to apply to the decentralized savings account over the G999 blockchain. How does it work? From where do you start? How do you apply? What are the rewards, and how is everything working? This is what we are going to sort out together tonight in this wonderful conference. Applying for the savings account, it's going to be available for everybody and anyone in the G999 project. But if you are a brand advantage partner, or if you are a premium advantage partner, at that moment you will have some more advantages compared to a non-member of our close community. So all the program is going to run in GS Trade, both for the persons who are in our community registered through GS Partners, but also for those ones who are outside. Named, as I found out soon, orphans, because they don't belong to the GS Partners. It's a technical naming for them, I believe. Once you go in the GS Trade account, you have to apply for the savings account. You will have there a special place where you can do this. And all you need to do is to take your G999 wallet and copy paste it into that field. From this moment, you just need to make sure that that wallet, which is holding your G999 coins, is not a wallet from an exchange. It must be a desktop wallet, it can be a web wallet, and it can also be the mobile wallet, which we will very soon release it. Once you put inside your address, your G99 address, the system is checking the balance in the decentralized system to see how many G99 coins do you have on the wallet, and like this it confirms you the maximum amount you can put inside of the program. You don't need to send the coins to the company. You don't need to send the coins to the exchange, all you need to do is to hold them like a cold on your very own wallet in order to apply 0.75% in G99 coins, which the company is going to burn them automatically. Now I give you a simple example. You have on your wallet, let's say 20,000 coins, and you want to confirm for the savings plan just 10,000 coins. At that moment, all you need to do is to type in 10,000 coins out of the maximum amount, and you need to have the 0.75%, the fee to participate inside of GS Trade. The system will take automatically that fee and it's going to burn it. Why do we apply this fee? Well, if you move more than those 10,000 coins which are left in your wallet at this moment, and the pool is limited to 2 billion coins, and if you move more, no problem, it's nothing else going to happen, but you will lose this entry fee. This is everything. If it's still placed in the pool, you can reapply and rejoin the pool by paying again the 0.75. So at the moment you verify the membership, by inserting a voucher code, you have it from GSPartners, you will be rewarded more from the savings account as it follows. If you don't have a membership, you will have 1.75% per year. If you have a basic advantage membership, it's going to be 3.5, and with the premier advantage, it's going to be 5. There is a minimum deposit of 50,000 coins also. This minimum deposit is applicable just for the non-members. The rest, the basic and the premier, they can come with as little as a few G99 coins. How is everything working and how the pool is paying? Well, the moment we are validating your address over the blockchain, every single block, a robot is still verifying if your balance is still on that wallet. If you still have the balance, you will receive the rewards out of the blockchain. How we program it and how does it work? Of course, the coins are coming from the company. This is something obvious. And for this to make it public and to make it very transparent and very simple to follow, we will create a wallet with 1 billion coins, which can be followed up into the Deflationary Explorer, how it's splitting up the payments. And this wallet with 1 billion coins, it's meant to feed this entire savings account plan for the next 10 years minimum. This is going to help also the community by joining the savings account. Why? Because we eliminate like this out the circulation supply. Basically, we don't fully eliminate it, but we kind of lock it by rewarding it. And by the moment we will have a lot of services working and feeding themselves with these coins, which are the fuel of the entire ecosystem, we will already have a higher demand of coins into the system compared to the number which we rewarded back from the savings account. And also, this is another guarantee for the entire community that the company blocked another 1 billion coins into a wallet which is publicly made for the entire community to see how it's everything going up. We programmed the system, which is reading the blockchain, and every 1,440 blocks, it's verifying again the payments and sending out to the people to your wallets. Why did I say it's important? And I come back one more time on this to be sure that the wallet you subscribe for the savings account, it must be desktop, web, or mobile. Well, if you define a wallet from one of the exchanges where you are registered on, you will send the coins there. At some point, the coins will be on your user wallet, but all the exchanges, they have what is called a hot wallet. So they collect the coins from your user wallet to the hot wallet. And when our system is going to go there and check if you still have the balance, it will find out that you don't have it because the coins were moved in behind by the exchange system. So you will lose the 0.75% the entry fee. This is very important to make sure that one for savings account, it's on your desk or web or future mobile wallet. On the diffusional floor, you can follow up all the activity, the fulfillment of the, it's still left out of it, and of course, what actions we have every single moment over the blockchain. Well, thank you for the introduction, and I hope that a lot of questions regarding the savings account and how does it work. I tried to cover as many answers as I could in a very short time, but I'm quite sure that all the team is going to prepare a lot of materials which are going to help the people to understand more how does it work, how does it pay up automatically, and how is this, first of all, the first savings, the decentralized savings account in the world, because as we saw, most of the exchanges, I mean, all of them, as far as I know, they require you to deposit your coins into their own exchange, and from there they lock it a period of time. You still don't know if it's your coins or it's their coins at the end of the day, but like this, you are in a full control of your own assets. They are on your computer. Nobody can take them, as long, of course, as you made sure that your security is safe. And the moment you want to access them, it's the moment you want to access them, and not the moment when you're led to access your own wallet, your own assets.
So, Alex, before I let you go, this is so important. I know it's important to me, and I believe it's important to the community as well. One of my good friends who's really into the crypto space, he was sort of teaching me some things because I'm new to this space. He was saying, whatever you do, Mike, don't rely coins on their wallet, and then they go out of business and your coins are gone. That is one part of it, but the other part is how you interact with people on, say, Instagram. And I almost want to apologize on their behalf because they seem to want to insult you, but you come back with them with so much patience. It's like you're trying to make them understand the importance and the security and safety of a true decentralized system. Like I always say, you're entitled to your own opinions, but not your own facts. And you just come back to them with the facts. So just express for maybe 60 seconds why your heart is there. Have you experienced something where people lost assets, and why your heart is there to encourage people to trust you that this is a decentralized system, and not just trust you, but trust the technology? Talk about that for just a half a second, Alex.
It's a very tough moment, because I will tell you, I come from this industry. I made this public in the past, that I worked in a project with PrestaShop, and I used to have a lot of customers. At the very beginning, when I started learning about tech and started my very own company, I was just 18 years old. It was very hard for me to find customers and to attract people. First of all, I was very young, and secondly, unfortunately, I was born in Romania, and as you all know, this doesn't have the best image over the entire Europe. But also, it's a very nice country, which I love it, and which I was born in and I'm living in. Based on that, trying to attract more customers, I reached out on freelancer.com, which I believe most of the people already know it and maybe use it. And I was trying to compete at that moment with teams from India, which of course they were more able to give were not paying me, or they were just saying the quality is not good, just to open a dispute and then to gain back their assets and so on. So this is how I started, and I understood that it's very important to make sure that behind the screen, it's not just a promise, but it's a deliver. I was involved myself in taking promises to friends, to family, to different people I love around me regarding X projects, which were not depending 100% by my knowledge and by my implication. And right now, I feel that I have this power of proving that it is 100% possible to be done 100% differently. And I decided to compete this entirely misunderstandings. I don't want to call them some other how, and to find a way to prove to the people that this decentralization, it can be followed up through transparency. From here it came my idea of the decentralized, it's everything moving. Of course, we had the Explorer, and on the Explorer you can see absolutely everything. But what is the data? You cannot manipulate it graphically to be easy to be understood by everybody. In my opinion, you shouldn't have super qualified schools in order to be able to understand in what business you are and what you want to do with your assets and everything. As long as we keep the information safe and we try as much as we can to keep away fake promises only just to push up our own interest, we will be able to act as a community and make this project great. This is why I also addressed myself in the company and I asked specifically the marketing side, let's promote the products we develop. Let's promote as much as we can the products, and let's promote less the coin itself, because the coin itself is a fuel for the products. As long as the products are successful, the fuel will be a need for this. It is the same as when the oil was discovered. If the oil had no real purpose in the community, in the market, at the end of the day, when you would have closed your eyes, it was still a black oil, enough for everybody to use it because nobody wants it. But the more attractable you did the usage of the oil, the more it went up in price. So our purpose right now is to create usage for our oil, and this cannot be done over the night, of course. And based on the facts that we experienced together in the past and what we can do now, I know that for some of the people, it's pretty hard to believe that things are changing, but things actually, they are not changing. They are just be how there is normal to be. This is the main thing. Now we will see forward. I encourage everybody to join in the contests. They are absolutely genuine and they will be absolutely paid up, and everything is going to be how it's normal to be.
Well, thank you so much, Alex. I won't push you any further on that, but we really appreciate your integrity and your ingenuity and your genius. It's just changing lives. I text this to you privately. I'll say it publicly. You're changing people's lives all over the world, and your humility about it is even the more awe-inspiring. So thank you very much for the technology today of the savings account. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Coming up super soon.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Mr. Delco, I have one word I just want to say really quickly, literally 30 seconds, and sorry for just jumping in here, but it has to do everything that Alex has just stated. You know, we're all a sales organization, right? So we understand marketing. We understand that, you know, we're here to obviously sell products, but I really hope, Michael, that our community got that, because here's the difference. There is a fundamental difference between value and pushing sales, pushing value versus sales. And I can tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I've been in this space for over 25 years. You have people at the helm of this ship that are 100% value driven. And I just wanted to say that, Michael, because, you know, everything is coming out piece by piece. And we often hear, you know, from people, why don't we have this? And why aren't we doing that? We could do all of that. Of course we could. We could be probably selling 10 times more than we are right now. But I hope that everybody understands the importance of delivering value and truth. And that is what Mr. Koshin is all about. And of course, you know, the chairman, Mr. Joseph Pite. But I appreciate that so much, Alex. And I just wanted to say that to you. So thank you. Truly, thank you for all you do.
And thank you for saying that, Ms. Neckles. And you guys are going to hear from some more later today. But it's important that you pause us for a second and make that distinction that this is not just some company with another Me Too product. Alex and his team are literally day and night. These are brilliant core of programmers and engineers. They're day and night finding even more necessity, not just something to make a dollar. You know, we're salespeople. We can sell anything. That's not what their goal is. And I texted to one of the team members today. I said, I'm really starting to like this company. And I was hesitant to say love, Alex, because, you know, you don't want to put your heart all out there and be disappointed yet again. But you and Mr. Height and the team, your guys, Mr. Todorascu, Constantine, their hearts, their personality. See, I'm all unprofessional right now, and I apologize to the new people. I've been in networking since 1993. I love this industry. But this company right here is stealing my heart because their number one priority is the integrity and the viability of the products. That's why it's exploding over 55,000 affiliates in less than 2 months. That's why it's exploding. It's that heart of this thing is a true customer-centric product model, and then everything else builds off of that. So thank you, Ms. Knuckles. It's so hard. I might have to pass this off to you to finish this up today because I am excited. We've got to get a lot of information to a lot of new people who may not know what we're talking about. So let's talk about a little bit more of one of our product offerings. And another thing I love about Alex and his team, and especially Mr. Height, they actually listen to us. I don't mean just we saying sounds and it's vibrating in their eardrums, it's catching the sound and the reverberation. I mean, they actually listen. I was on the phone with a team member who gave me a suggestion that I took to Alex, and they started putting it into implementation. They listen to the field. Our job as a council is to take the information, filter it up to them, and they figure out a way to implement it because we want to change the world for the better. We want to make the world a better place. And so this gentleman and myself, we got to talking about a nice little concept that could work for convenience. And we came up with this idea, and then Martin started to really, really put his genius to it. And so I'm going to get him to come out right now and share with you guys something that we're super, super excited about that'll be coming up in the next couple of weeks, I think. And you're going to love it. So without any further delay, Mr. Martin Thibault, one of our council members, one of my brothers that I just found, long lost brother, glad to have found him finally. Martin, over to you.
Thank you, Michael, for the wonderful introduction. Hello, Gold Standard Partners. It's really a pleasure to be here with so many people in attendance. I just want to say I'm so happy that Michael opened up this thing talking about the economy, global economy, and then for Alexandru to continue and talk about the deflationary explorer, because it leads right into what I want to talk about today. There's something that our chairman of the board, Mr. Joseph Height, constantly refers to, and with the community that we're building, being like a country, being like a big city, right? The 55,000 people that we have right now, it's all about building our own country. And within each country, we know each country has its own economy. Now in the world today, I mean, we saw how many countries we've got in here. I don't know how it is on Mars or Jupiter, but in all the countries that we have in here, one thing we all have in common is we're part of inflationary economies, right? We're part of economies where money is printed every single day. More and more fiat currency is injected into our economies and is devaluating, right? Or making us lose our purchasing power every single day. Now, the vision with the G999 blockchain is the complete opposite of that, is to create a deflationary economy. So I'm going to share my screen and get a little bit into that. Ultimately, the way to understand this is, let's picture in everyday life, right? Where when we purchase products and services, essentially we just pass the currency on and it keeps going in the circulation as more and more of it is printed. In our economy, in our G999 blockchain ecosystem, actually the deflationary model is based on the burning of the currency with every usage. So every product, every service, everything that is utilized in our ecosystem contributes to the burning or the destroying of some of the supply. Now, the blockchain itself, of course, is a proof of stake blockchain, and there are 570 coins minted every single minute. However, through the usage of all of our applications, everything coming out, the apps, the technology, the sales in GSPartners, the usage of GS Trade, everything that we do within our ecosystem, and this is shown, by the way, live in real time on the Deflationary Explorer that Alexandru referred to. But essentially, we can see with every moment passing, more and more G999s being burned. So there are some minted every moment, but there are also some being burned. Now, it's really important to understand the importance of this burning. And I love that Alexandru used the term oil. He made the analogy of oil because it's the exact same thing, right? The focus isn't necessarily on burning coins. It's on the utilities themselves and the byproduct or the effect of using the different products and technology and services is that the coin is getting burned, right? It's not that we're just burning for its own sake. We have utilities that in turn burn coins. This period here that I'm showing you was actually from 2 days ago. We were at 47.44% deflation, right? This was based on 2 days ago. I just checked before I popped in here, and today we're actually at 25% in deflation. So as long as we maintain deflation, essentially the supply is constantly diminishing, which is fantastic. And the focus, again, cannot be on the burning itself. It's on the utility which causes burning. In the same way, when you take your car and you drive to a location, you're not focused on burning gas. You're focused on getting to your destination, right? That's the utility. That's the service. That's the activity you're doing. And then the byproduct of that or the effect of that is gasoline is getting consumed. Same thing here. Now, the company is, of course, putting in place many applications and technologies, but on top of that, to accelerate the burning, to give a boost, and to utilize the community to all do this together, we have a lot of different promotions kicking in. We've already seen some of those, and there are many more coming, right? One of the promotions we've got going, of course, is our Dream Incentives program. Now, to get into the Dream Incentive program, we simply have to subscribe to it from our Brand Advantage package, and to have access to it, of course, there's a cost. The cost is the amount of coins that end up being burned to get into the incentive. Again, the activity is not to burn, it's to get into the incentive, but getting into the incentive causes coins to be burnt. We have another promotion that started on January 23rd that takes place on GS Trade, and that's the ability for everyone through an exchange, right? Through an exchange of value to be able to get into the Pax Gold coin. And according to Paxos.com, the Pax Gold coin, of course, is backed in physical gold. So this is a way to diversify. And I want to address this because our G999 is a utility coin, right? So it of course gives access to products, services, technology, but it's also a means of diversifying, of acquiring different types of assets, different types of rewards, a whole array of things, if you will. And as we go forward, there'll be more and more of those. So that's one promotion we have right now. Another promotion that's kicking in on February 15th, so in 2 weeks from now, is it's got actually two parts to it, but it's the part 2 of our March to 3 billion, right? So March to 3 billion. 3 billion, they say if you visualize a goal, right? If you set a goal clearly in your mind of something you want to achieve, that's how you'll get there, right? Because you have it visualized, you're focused on it. Our goal is to burn 3 billion coins. That's our first milestone, right? To burn 3 billion coins. And to get there, we're going to help our community diversify, exchange for different value, use products and services, and put essentially their G999 to work. Now, the promotion that's coming on February 15th, I'm not going to go too much in depth with it right now, but I will say this. Our chairman of the board is coming on live shortly after this, and pay attention. Pay attention to some of the things that he's going to be talking about, some of the things that will be rolling out towards the end of this year. Just pay close attention and remember what I just said here, that in light of what he's going to discuss, the promotion on February 15th will help you position yourself, diversify with your G999 to take part in what our chairman of the board will talk about. And of course, again, the byproduct of doing that is we're all going to help contribute to the burning of coins to get to that 3 billion milestone. The next thing I want to talk about is something that Michael was just referring to right now. It's all about convenience, right? Now, Alexandru talked about the blockchain savings account. One thing that is coming out also on February 15th is the GS Partners Market Vouchers. This is a fantastic little product that we're putting in place that's part of the vision of what GSB Gold Standard Group is all about, right? A user-friendly approach to blockchain technology, right? Crypto for dummies, if you want, right? For the everyday person to be able to enter into the blockchain space with a very user-friendly approach. The market vouchers essentially is a concept, right? It's a tool that we'll be able to access through GS Partners. And what it does basically is we grab an amount, say of BTC or Ethereum, so Bitcoin or Ethereum, and then we want to acquire G999, but without having to go onto an exchange, open an account, KYC that account and do all these different steps and then withdraw, deposit, transfer fees, and so on and so forth. We're creating a voucher that a person can grab the BTC straight in GS Partners. That BTC gets sent directly to an exchange, well, to GS Trade through a robot. And the last time we had this meeting, I asked everybody to give a name for this robot just for the fun of it. And I think, Quinamilum came up with a very interesting name, which was Bomba Bot. Somebody else contacted me in private after that and suggested we just call it Bombot, which I thought was a lot of fun. But anyway, so this bot basically takes your Bitcoin or your Ethereum, goes to GS Trade, purchases the coins at market price, and then brings them back to your GS Partners account. So basically it does the whole step for the partner from beginning to end. Of course, there's a markup on this. It's a service fee, but essentially the bot uses the Bitcoin or the Ethereum and then brings back the G999 straight into the GS Partners account. What that's going to look like, and this is again, we're in pre-launch. Please do not take screenshots. This isn't a final version, but it'll probably be something along those lines where we can access the market vouchers directly on the GS Partners dashboard. We'll have different types of vouchers also, but I'm not going to talk about the blue chip edition ones, but the G999 voucher essentially will open up a page where we have access to this voucher and in different amounts that we can choose for the voucher. Let's say anywhere from 100 USD to 100,000 USDT, right? And so let's give an example. Let's say a person comes in and say, I want to acquire for 100,000 USDT of G999. So I'm going to grab this voucher right here. Look at what it opens up. Basically, for the person with a free account in GS Partners, this is at a market price of 1 cent to G999, just for the sake of the example, right? Let's say the G999 is 1 cent. This is how many G999 for 1,000 USDT advantage package, right? And look at this, a person who's Premier, or if they're not Premier yet, they can upgrade, of course, they would get this number right here. So with the Brand Advantage Basic and Brand Advantage Premier, essentially, we get more and more benefits. But this is where it gets a lot of fun. We're going to have preferences or options, if you will, for these vouchers where we can set them up for the coins to not only go in and for the bot to go and acquire them on the market, bring back into GS Partners, but on top of that, allocate them to one of our different utilities. And there's going to be more than that as time goes on, right? But so one thing, first of all, we can do a one-time purchase, or we can even set it to a monthly, where the same date every month, if you've got the Bitcoin or Ethereum in your account, the bot grabs it and brings back the G999. So let's say we set it up to monthly in this example. So 100,000 USDT once a month. And then after that, you choose an option. Alexandru just showed us how these blockchain savings accounts work. That could be a fantastic thing, right? You check this box here, boom, now at the same date, every month, the amount that you pick goes to grab G999, puts it and adds it to the blockchain savings account. Another example could be that March to 3 billion promo, right? The one that's the second part that we're going to see on February 15th. You could have a portion of the G999 that gets allocated to that for diversification, or simply deposit it into your GS Partners account. And the whole basically, again, super simple. It's right there on the dashboard. You have access to it. You simply choose your configurations, click Exchange Now, and it takes the Bitcoin and Ethereum and does the rest for you. Again, it's all about convenience, user-friendly approach, and to drive more and more demand, of course, on the market for our G999, which is really good for its value, for the speculative aspect, of course. And then as the company launches more and more utility, technology, applications, everything that our CTO and his team are doing, we're going to drive this organic demand for the coin, which is what we're really looking for long-term. So that's it for my segment. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And I'll pass it back to Michael, who's going to introduce our next speaker, which is going to bring to us, I think, what everyone's looking for, and it's waiting for. It's right around the corner. It's a very exciting product, so can't wait to see it our guest
Martin,
speakers.
I don't want to give anything away, but what's that in your background? Like, I think I have it in my background too. There's something showing up in your background. I don't know. I don't know what that is, but maybe we should figure out what that is in our background. Ladies and gentlemen, what would it be like to have a crypto debit card that allows you to buy, sell, trade crypto, even trade some Forex, earn Bitcoin and Ethereum, all the while being able to convert your earnings into fiat cash when you need it, if you need it. Wouldn't that be awesome? Guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony DeGavea, over to you, brother.
Thank you so much, Mr. Michael Dalco. And guys, what a privilege to be on this call tonight. Welcome to everybody. I am going to cut it short. And if there's still time, then I'll bring up my PowerPoint presentation. But today, we are very privileged, guys. You know, Andrew Eaton introduced me to Mr. Cliff Braun last year already. And then with what him and Andrew has been talking about, you know, we were able to put a package together, put it all together. And then our chairman of the board, Mr. Joseph Haidt, he's the one that made it all possible, guys, because without him, we wouldn't have this product on our table and ready to deliver in the next few days, in the beginning of the month of February. So guys, that in short, I want to immediately ask Mr. Cliff Braun to put his camera on and unmute himself. And I want all of us give him a virtual applause, and he's going to be sharing with us something that we've never seen before. You know, he's going to give us a live demonstration of our back office of the card that we are launching, which is a MasterCard. It's going live on February in the next few days. And you and I are going to have the privilege to press a button and get a card delivered to us over 100 countries in the world. So I want to introduce you to a man that has been helping us behind the scene, giving us all the detail, all the angles, what's the best possible way to introduce this card into the industry and packages together. But guys, he's going to keep on helping us as a community to train ourselves and how to bring this product to the market. So without further ado, Mr. Cliff Braun, up to you, my friend. Thank you, buddy.
Hey, Tony, how's it going? Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly, my friend. All yours.
Excelente. Well, amazing. You guys got me excited, and that's not easy to do after you've been in this industry for so long. But just hearing everybody's authenticity and excitement for the project, and the fact that you guys are, you know, really bringing true value to people in a space that unfortunately has been filled with so many bad actors. And so you guys really stand out like a white dot on a black canvas. And for that, you know, I applaud you guys. So here's what I'm going to do here is share screen. Now tell me when you can see my screen.
Yes, we see it.
Okay, hold on. You know, it's logged me out, Tony, because I've been sitting here watching you guys. So hold on a second. Let me get logged back in.
Okay, just unstop your screen. Just unshare your screen because I don't want the username and password to be shown.
Oh, okay, hold on. Stop share. Let me just pull.
And ladies and gentlemen, while Cliff is getting that together, I want to go ahead and give you this information so you can clear your schedule. So we were having a meeting with Cliff, and Cliff's well-versed and documented in this technology. So we asked him, I don't know, there's something magical about the council. I think we could be a killer football team. We could probably beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. This is, we get what we asked for.
I don't know about that one.
Hey, watch out, Brian. I know you're down there in Florida. Be quiet, man. And we asked Cliff, we said, would you be willing to come back on a global webinar and do some training to teach the GS partners exactly what the values within the card are and how to use the whole back office? I mean, literally, we were on maybe a 20-minute chat with Cliff. And guys, when I tell you that back office and that partner card that we have is a business by itself, that would be an understatement. I mean, the card does everything but drive you to the grocery store. It'll do everything. Like, there are multiple fiat currency pairings and cryptocurrency pairings. This is the answer that brings everything that GS Partners is under one umbrella. a convenience card in the palm of your hand, a lifestyle in the palm of your hand. Mr. Narcos, I know you're itching to say something.
Yeah, well, you know, I just got to get it in there when it comes to you. It doesn't drive you to the grocery store, but it'll definitely pay for the groceries, won't it, Michael? It'll even pay for that 25-cent stick of bubble gum, for crying out loud.
I think Cliff has got his back office pulled up there now. Cliff, we'll kick it back over to you.
Oh, cool. So excited. Well, here we are. And yeah, what I'm going to share with you guys is really just, you know, light years ahead of everybody else. We're working with the, you know, #1 bank in the world that's merging the worlds between fiat currency and cryptocurrency. And cryptocurrency is an interesting animal. You know, the reason why Bitcoin hasn't gone mainstream yet is because it's not easy enough to use, you know, until a soccer mom can use it. Music was before iTunes. You could do it with LimeWire, Kazaa, Napster, but it wasn't until iTunes came along and created a platform that made everything legal and simple and easy to use. And your guys' platform essentially has the potential to be to Bitcoin what iTunes was to the music industry. So they say that cutting edge is a bleeding edge. You got to be one step ahead. And you guys are definitely one step ahead. This is a boutique platform, a boutique solution that was only available to the uber wealthy. You had to have $20 million in your checking account. You had to get a special private bank account in London. And some of the biggest names in cryptocurrency that I won't mention have been using and continue to use this platform because of all the special features it has. And you guys are going to absolutely love it. You're going to wonder, how did I ever live without it? So I'm going to jump right into it. You know, my background is network marketing. I got into network marketing when I was 19. You know, was fortunate enough to be, you know, one of the top earners in the industry. And 6 years ago, I heard about Bitcoin. I bought my first Bitcoin for $200, and then I started mining Bitcoin and selling mining equipment. I started trading. You know, I've done everything that you can do with Bitcoin. And we were mining a lot of Ethereum, but one of the problems we had was being able to cash it out. You know, when you want to cash out cryptocurrency from Coinbase, you know, it takes a day or two, sometimes 3 days. When you purchase cryptocurrency, that cryptocurrency is not available for you to send it off the platform for also a few days. If you wanted to sell $1 million of Bitcoin on Coinbase, it could take up to a month, and the fees range from 4 to 9%. So what I'm going to share with you today is a much faster way to purchase and sell cryptocurrency with about half of the fees. And so, you know, it's much faster and it's much cheaper. And like my girlfriend always says, you know, we were talking about different products, and she says, you know, if it ain't easy, it ain't happening. Convenience is the #1 product in America. And what this platform does is it essentially puts, you know, the bank, the exchange, and the card all under one platform, because the more hands that touch your money, the longer it's going to take and the more fees there's going to be. So this was a great solution for me. And now, you know, the owner of the platform and the bank has decided to open it up to the masses, which I think is so cool. And so, you know, you guys are the first people to have this, and we're looking forward to an exciting year with you guys. So now I'm going to dive into the platform. And I'm going to show you over here on the left, you see dashboard, accounts, cards, crypto, travel, concierge shopping, and instant rewards. So we're going to start at the beginning with accounts. Now this is really super cool because you see right here, you can actually hold your currency in different currencies. It's almost like the James Bond 007, you know, Matt Damon Born Supremacy accounts. You've got US dollar, you've got the Japanese yen, you've got, you know, the British pound, you've got all these different currencies. So what this enables you to do is to store your value in different currencies. So let's say the Japanese yen goes way down. You could move dollars into the Japanese yen, it goes back up. Now you've made money, move it back into the US dollar. So it essentially gives you a way to trade Forex within your own account, you know, without all the fees, and you can do it all right here. So let's say I click on US dollar. The first thing you can do between wallets into different currencies, and you do that right here at the easy. The next thing you can do is you can pull money from other platforms or your bank or a credit card into this platform. And there's a couple different ways you can do that. One is you can deposit cryptocurrency, which is really easy. Another way is you could wire money in from a local bank or international bank And another way is you can pull money in off a credit card or debit card, which is really cool because in 2017, when everybody was excited about crypto, everybody was speculating and they were trying to buy cryptocurrency on credit cards. Then in 2018, everything crashed. People couldn't pay their credit card bills. So exchanges decided, you know what, we're not going to let people buy with credit cards anymore. Well, with this platform, you can pull money off a credit card into the platform and then buy cryptocurrency, essentially enabling you to purchase cryptocurrency with a credit card. Now, what else is really cool is you're going to earn the cashback rewards from your credit card, whether it's 2% or 1% or 3%, whatever it is. But once you get it into the platform and you use the card, you're also going to get instant rewards. Like Adidas gives you 11%. Sephora, I think, is like 15%. Nordstrom's 10%. Some of the bigger names like Amazon.com is like 3%, but you're able to actually double dip. And so what you do is you just type in the amount, let's say you want to bring in 500 bucks, you say, okay, and then it's going to ask you to load a card. And so this is where you pull money into the platform using a credit card or a debit card. Now, once you've loaded it, then you just click select card and you've already got your cards right here. So that is how you can pull money into the platform, which we call top up, from a credit card, a debit card, or an international wire or a domestic wire, or by sending in cryptocurrency. Now, there's going to be times when you want to pull money out of the platform. Maybe you've got auto bill set up from your bank account, your car payment or whatever it is. And so that's also really easy to do. You just click withdrawal, and then, right here is where you'll add in your details. Once you've already added in your details, they'll be preloaded right here, and you won't have to do that. But that's how you pull money out of the platform into your traditional bank account. Now, if you move to the next tab and you click on pay, you can pay family and friends, and all you're going to do is load their bank account. Once you do that, it'll be loaded right here, and you can send money to family and friends directly to their bank account. Now, if you want to pay a credit card bill, like I use my American Express Platinum card a lot because I travel, there's some cool benefits with it. And so I do still use my Platinum American Express a lot. I can click pay, and I enter right here. I just click, add, enter in my American Express banking details. And again, once you've done that, it'll automatically populate right here. But that is how you can pay bills through your platform. Okay. Now, the next thing is member-to-member transfers. I've got a lot of friends in Colombia, South Africa, Slovenia, all over the world. And a lot of them are members. All I do is add their wallet number, which is right here, and I can send them money. They can send me money, and we can do all of that for free right there at that tab. Now, the next thing you can do is remittances. And this is something Michael really liked. I'm from California, and we have a lot of people that move to California from Mexico, and they become a maid, and they want to send money back home. Remittance is a huge, massive industry. And with this, you're able to send money all over the world for $5. And to put that into perspective for you, I've sent money to South Africa quite a few times to pay bonuses to sales reps or help out a friend. And you send $1,000 with Western Union, they're going to take about 10%. So only about $900 is what actually gets there. And it takes sometimes 3, 4, 5, 6, even 7 days. I've had it take up to 2 weeks before. With this little button right here, you can actually send money to anybody's debit card or credit card all over the world for $5. So absolutely incredible. All the different features that we have here. Statements, really straightforward. That's where you can see all of your statements, and same with transactions. Okay. So now let's move to the next tab. So much to cover in so little time. So now let's go to cards. Okay, so that's accounts, and that's like kind of the heart of the platform, the money part, the fiat part, and then we're going to get into my favorite part in a moment. Now, your cards are going to be loaded here soon. Right now it says no cards found, but you guys are going to have a whole bunch of different really cool cards to choose from, and you guys are going to love that. But when you click on the card, you just click on top up. There'll be a button, and then you pull money in from your wallets, and that's done because it's a security feature. Credit card, if somebody goes out and charge $5,000 on your credit card, easy to call Visa or MasterCard or American Express and say, hey, you know what, my card was stolen, and they put the $5,000 back on there. I don't know if you guys have ever lost a debit card. You can also get the money back, but it's a little bit more difficult. And so we have a really cool security feature where you hold the money in your account's wallet, right? In your government issued fiat currency wallet. and then you can move it to the card. So for example, I've got a real snazzy solid gold card, and Tony and Andrew also have the same gold card, which is very cool. And so we can load like maybe $2,000 onto the card. So God forbid we lose it, we don't lose all the money that's in our account. Because with these cards, remember, an average ATM card, you can spend about maybe $1,000 to $2,000 a swipe. I've seen as high as $3,000. With your cards, you can spend up to $100,000 per swipe. So you definitely don't want to lose your card and somebody goes out and buys a Porsche and you're like, what the heck? And try to get that money back. So that's a really cool extra security feature. This is a very robust platform that gives you so many more options than you get with a traditional bank. Now we go to the crypto tab, which is definitely my favorite tab. And the first thing you'll do is you click add, and you have a whole bunch of different cryptocurrency wallets that you can choose from. Now right here I can see they've already loaded the Bitcoin. You can buy, sell, send, and receive. And so the first thing I'm going to do is click on Bitcoin. Here's my wallet address. So that's how people can send me cryptocurrency, and your little QR code right there. But let's go to buy. When I go to buy cryptocurrency, they've made it really easy for people that have never used cryptocurrency before, because I can type in the dollar amount, no problem. Let's say I want $500 of Bitcoin, then it's going to tell me exactly how much Bitcoin that is, because not everybody thinks in Bitcoin yet. Now, if I want to do it the other way, let's say I'm somebody like Tony who's super savvy with crypto. He could say, I want to buy 0.25 of a Bitcoin, and it's going to automatically transfer that into the US dollar amount, $9,205.09. So you can think in cryptocurrency, or you can think in US dollar, and it's going to do that thinking for you. Now, probably to me, the coolest part of the platform, since I basically live on cryptocurrency, is I can sell cryptocurrency, and instead of having to wait a day or 2 days or 5 days or a week or a month, depending upon the amount of cryptocurrency that you're selling, that cryptocurrency is available immediately. In fact, I've been having dinner with friends just to show off this feature. I believe it's the world's fastest way to liquidate cryptocurrency, and the cheapest with the lowest fees and the most narrow spread. And so I can click in the amount of Bitcoin or the dollar amount. I click yes, yes, confirm. I don't want to sell any of whoever's Bitcoin this is, but that money will show up in my account within like 5 minutes, and then I can push it to the card. I can pay bills with it. I can wire transfer money. I can do whatever I want with it. But what this is, it's basically on-ramps and off-ramps to your liquidity, which gives you cash available right away or cryptocurrency available right away. With Coinbase, and I'm not ripping on Coinbase, they have a great platform. They do some wonderful things, Gemini, Kraken, all these different exchanges. But a lot of times people only have a few $1,000s, and they're trying to play the market, and they're trying to buy low and sell high like we all are. But if you only have a few $1,000s of Bitcoin, or you only have a few $1,000s of cash, you buy the Bitcoin, it's not available right away. You can't sell it in time to ride the market. So having these on-ramps and off-ramps to your liquidity enables you to play the market, enables you to, let's say some college student has $3,000 of Bitcoin and he can't pay his rent. He's like, oh crap, I got to sell some Bitcoin, right? We've all been there, it happens. If he tries to do that with any of the big major exchanges, it could take 3, 4, or 5 days and he could be late on his rent. Whereas with this platform, you can sell your cryptocurrency, have the money available right away, and pay your bills. So that is the sell tab. Send is really simple. You're going to type in how much Bitcoin you want to send, copy and paste the address. Beneficiary is who you're sending it to. So that could be Tom, brother, sister, whatever it is. And then your reference, that's where you'll type in what it's for. And this is really cool and very unique. With most exchanges, you send crypto or you receive crypto, and then later you look at your transaction log and you have no idea who you sent it to or who sent it to you, because it's just like a bunch of email addresses, except it's crypto addresses and it's a string of numbers. And so having that beneficiary, who you're sending it to and why, really helps a lot when you go back and you can figure out what you were doing and why. So they're really very bullish on convenience and very bullish on customer service. So that's the crypto tab. And also, one thing I want to tell you a little bit about the pricing is when you go to the big major exchanges, they're going to show you one price. And then once you purchase the cryptocurrency, I'll give you an example. I bought I won't say the exchange, but I bought 1 Bitcoin on an exchange, and it looked like there was very little fees. I was pleased. I was like, wow, this is cool. And then I checked my wallet, and I didn't get a whole Bitcoin. I got 0.98 Bitcoin. And so what they do is they hide their fees in a bunch of different places. Here's another example. Let's say the price of Bitcoin is $10,000. When you purchase Bitcoin through a major exchange, you're going to pay $10,100 because the exchange has to make money. When you sell your cryptocurrency, you're going to sell it for about $9,900 because the exchange has to make money. Remember, there are no free platforms. It's the first thing I learned in college in economics. They said there is no free lunch. You know, none of these companies are out there just, you know, to provide a free service. They're all in it to make money. And so banks make money with hidden fees and exchanges make money with hidden fees. And so the difference between the price that you purchase cryptocurrency for and the price that you sell it for is called the spread. And so what you're looking for is you're looking for the most narrow spread possible. The wider the spread, the more money the exchange is making and the less that you're making. And so with this, we've got the most narrow spreads, we've got the lowest fees, and everything is instant. So this truly is a remarkable platform. Now, if you guys are really into the crypto world like I am, I've basically got 3 passions in life. One is cryptocurrency, because I believe the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, and our entire monetary system is rigged. You know, Henry Ford said if the American people understood our financial system, there would be a revolt in the streets before tomorrow morning. And I don't have time to go into all that and explain it, but there's a ton of great documentaries on YouTube that you can find. But cryptocurrency, helping the little guy, travel, those are really my passions. You know, I've always been for the underdog, and I love to travel. I've been to 84 countries. I lived in South Africa for 3.5 years. I lived in Colombia for 8 years. I still have a place there. Lived in Taipei, Taiwan for 4 years, Luxembourg for 2 years, visited, you know, 84 countries. So I love having the freedom to be able to access my money in different currencies, access different cryptocurrencies. I mean, I think what we all want, you know, like Michael said earlier, is we want someone to love, and we want freedom, and we want prosperity. And this platform really gives you that. So the discounts I've gotten on travel have been extraordinary. Now, I want you to understand the travel industry is always changing. So you're not going to get 50% off Motel 6. You know, if you stay at a cheap hotel, you're going to get small discounts. If you stay at an expensive hotel, you're going to get a much deeper discount because there's a lot more of a profit margin. Same goes for flights, okay? So I'll give you an example. I stayed in Rio de Janeiro for a month by myself. Just wanted to go there and spend a month there, so I did. And I stayed at the Hotel Emiliano. It's $535 a night. And I was there, and I was staying there on my American Express. And then the owner of the bank called me, and he's like, dude, why didn't you use our travel platform? I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think about it. I ended up paying $350 instead of $535. And I didn't have an ocean view. I got upgraded to an ocean view. I didn't have breakfast. I got breakfast. And so staying there as long as I did, it saved me an absolute fortune. So remember, your travel discounts could range anywhere from 10% to 40%. And the more expensive a hotel you stay at, the deeper discount you're going to get. And so that's the travel tab. Now, concierge is maybe my second favorite tab. I don't know. It's hard to say. I like them all. But I just bought a new Ducati in South America and Colombia, and I wanted to get all new motorcycle parts. I wanted to customize it because I got a Ducati Scrambler, and I really wanted it to look more like a cafe racer. And so I sent a picture to my concierge, and I said, look, I want all these different parts. Not only did he find all those different parts, which probably would have taken me a week, but he also went to all the different websites, vetted all the different websites to make sure that they weren't scams. Because sometimes we buy parts from some country and you don't even know if the website's real or not. So he found all the parts, vetted all the websites to make sure they were legit, took my card, entered it into all those. Imagine if I had to go to 7 different websites and buy all those parts and enter in my address and enter in the credit card details. I hate doing stuff like that. You know, people like Tony, people like Andrew, people like Michael, people like myself, we like doing big things. We don't like getting bogged down with doing menial stuff. And so he found all the parts, entered the credit card into all the places. Now, out of these 7 different places, all of them. So my concierge had it all shipped to us in Manhattan in New York, and then he shipped it all to me directly. Super cool. Saved me a ton of money, a ton of time. He even renewed my driver's license for me over the internet. I was sitting in the car with a friend and I was like, oh God, I've got to renew my driver's license. And then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? Why don't I put my concierge to the test? I texted him a picture of my driver's license, said, hey man, could you renew this for me? Within 5 minutes, he had it done and I didn't have to go to the DMV. I mean, just so cool. Just the other day, I sent flowers to my girlfriend. I mean, they can help you book travel. They can find the best price on things. They'll even help your kids do their homework. So it really is amazing. It's not really what can they do. It's more like what can't they do. So the concierge, super, super cool. Shopping. Now this tab is called product procurement. I was recently at an airport, saw a guy wearing a pair of shoes I liked. I didn't know what they were. I typed in the description, you know, as much as I could, and my concierge found the product, bought it, sent it to me. Just the coolest thing ever. I mean, you just feel kind of like a billionaire having a 24-hour-a-day personal assistant. Now, at the lower level tiers, you have to text everything in, which is fine because I hate talking on the phone anyway. But at the higher level tiers, you actually get assigned a personal concierge, and you can talk to them on the phone, and they do everything for you. And last but not least, the rewards. Now, the rewards is super, super cool. Some of these places you're getting 10% off, 5% off, 15% off, could be as little as 3% off. But when you factor in that you're pulling money in off your traditional credit card, getting cash back, then here you're making purchases and you're getting another instant rewards, you get to double dip. And the cool part is it's not like points that you could redeem in a month from now or 2 months from now. It's instant cash back straight into your account within minutes. So yeah, this really is the coolest platform ever. I'm on this platform like 24/7. And once you guys start using it, you will be too. And I think the last thing I'd like to say about the platform is it's so refreshing to be able to offer a solution to people in the crypto space instead of offering them, you know, some product that's promising a return. This is solution based. We're solving a problem. You know, Michael said earlier, if you want to get rich, you know, just find a problem and solve it. And this solves so many problems. And there's not even enough time on this call to explain all of them, but I'll give you one more. If you're buying and selling cryptocurrency consistently, a lot of bank accounts will either shut down your bank account or they'll disconnect your bank account from the exchange. I've had 3 bank accounts shut down. I've been disconnected from bank accounts to exchanges multiple times. And so having a crypto-friendly e-bank is such a cool thing that you can buy and sell crypto and never have to worry about anything. So again, this is a platform that was only available to some of the biggest names in crypto, to a handful of wealthy people. And now it's available to you guys, and you're the first people to have this platform. So I can't wait to hear all the stories of how you've used the concierge, of how fast you were able to liquidate crypto. You know, with the major exchanges, you're paying anywhere from 4 to 9%. When you liquidate less than $100 of cryptocurrency, on average, you're paying 9%. And as you start moving up into the higher amounts, you're paying a lower percent, but typically 4%. You know, you're able to liquidate cryptocurrency with this platform for between 2 and 4%, which again is something that's just not normally available to the average person. But now you guys have it available to everybody. So again, I can't wait to hear all the stories. I can't wait to meet you guys in person. I'm flying to Colombia tomorrow morning. I'm going to be in South America for a little while. And then just as soon as the travel ban lifts, I'm going to fly to South Africa. And, you know, I can't wait to meet you guys in person wherever you are. So feel free to add me on social media. And again, I just want to say kudos to Tony for putting this all together. You know, I met Tony through Andrew. Andrew's a longtime friend of mine. We met in South Africa. We have a lot of the same friends, but I'm really honored to be able to help you guys and work with you guys with this platform. And again, you know, I just can't wait to hear the stories. So Tony, I'm going to, oh, no, wait, not sure who I'm sending it back to, but love you guys. You're the best. Such a special group of people. And hopefully you've enjoyed my short part of the presentation here today.
Thank you. And I'm not going to take a lot of time. I just want to show one slide. But before I show that slide, I just want to tell everybody that Cliff committed to be on this call today. And then after he committed, listen to this, guys. After he committed, he realized, oh my God, where were you going to fly out today, Cliff? You were going to fly, where were you going to fly to?
Yeah, I was supposed to fly to Colombia today. I was supposed to fly to Colombia today, but we had...
And then he figured out, but by the time he's still flying to Colombia, you're going to be mid-air while we're doing the presentation. So guess what Mr. Gold debit card had to do, he had to change his flight, Michael, to tomorrow so that he could just be on this call. So, you know,
thank you.
Cliff, I salute you for your honoring our call. I really appreciate you. And that is, look at that mean debit card that he's got. Show that again. Please show that again.
I actually think yours is way more cool. I really like the slick gold, but you know, I've had this for a while now, and oh, it's such a showstopper. Talk about a major conversation starter. When you guys are out there using your branded cards, paying for coffee, it's better than the Herbalife button. Lose weight now, ask me how. That thing's dumb. This is the new 2021 conversation starter, branded with your company name. Thanks to Tony.
Thank you so much. So you guys saw his, but now let us show you guys how ours is going to look. This is the GSB Gold Standard Group solid gold debit cards that we brought to the company and that. So guys, we are very privileged. I've got 2 minutes and then I'm going to give it over to Michael Dalco. But this is what we're launching in February. Get ready for next week. And Cliff, know that you are going to be keeping on training, going to bring you on other calls, are going to make us the most professional salespeople in this industry on GSLifestyle Cards. So guys, we're going to have 6 different tiers that you can get in. You know, a starter tier, there's no card, it's just to get you access into the back office. That's a once-off $10 if you want to. But if you want a plastic card, you know, it's going to start at $69. Now that $69, that includes the card, that includes your membership for the first month, and that includes, listen to this, expedited DHL, FedEx delivery to your country for you to get your card. So all the tiers that you're getting is expedited, guys. So then you can upgrade to aluminum, you can upgrade to steel, and then to gold plated. And then to some of you who want the high net worth lifestyle concierge, butler feeling, all the whistles and twirls with it, you know, we got a solid gold card. So our chairman of the board, Mr. Joseph Hyde, he was the first one in our community to get that card. We gifted him that in December in Dubai, and he's been using it ever since. So what are we all going to do? You guys all know what this already included. Cliff has already spoke to you about the crypto wallets, the fiat wallets, the currency exchange that you do it right in your back office, and then obviously the concierge services. And then guys, you know, we are the first ones, the first ones in this industry, GSPartners with GSLifestyle, that gives you in real time commission out of this card. So as you're helping your community, your customers to get into this GSLifestyle and buying these cards, you're getting real-time payouts of the commissions into your back office. The membership fees once a month on the next month, because everybody pays a membership fee, depends which card they have, at either a $20 or either a $35. And if you are a gold plate, a solid gold card holder like Mr. Joseph Heights, you know, you get to pay for your first year, it's free, but for your second year, you pay a membership fee of $500. Now, all those membership fees, guys, are commissionable items, and you are getting paid with this. And the biggest one of them all is every time when you or one of your team members or one of your customers swipe that card, there's a 30-cent swipe fee on that card. And that 30-cent swipe fee comes back to the company, and the part of that goes into the comp plan and pays you out on a monthly basis. And that, guys, so I don't have a lot of time. I'm going to give it back to Mr. Michael Dalco. So guys, be on the lookout. We are going to do a lot of training for you guys in next week when we launch with this card. And so thank you very much, Mr. Michael Dalco.
Hey, Tony, before you leave, I was talking to a friend of mine from the Caribbean, Mr. Marlon Thorne, and he was talking about how most cards, they have a weekly load limit of like $3,000. You know, you guys want to move a lot of cryptocurrency, and you know, you're trying to get into the new swing of things with crypto. And he was saying it's like $3,000 a week that we're able to load. And he said, what's our load limit? Thank you, Tony. You know, show beats tell. Show just that one stat, Tony. Go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know how much time I've got left, guys. So I want to respect all the other leaders.
Just show them that part, Tony.
But our load card per day, you can load per day on the cards from your plastic until your gold plated $15,000, Mr. Michael Delco. $15,000 per day that you can load onto your card. But that's not the big one. If you've got a bigger headache, I always tell people there's only two problems in the world: too little money and too much money. So if you've got a second problem, then obviously on the solid gold card, you can load per day $100,000 onto the card.
One of my business partners just texted me. He said this, Tony, is unfair to the whole rest of the network marketing industry. This is just unfair. Like, this is like game completely shut down and over. Thank you, Mr. Tony De Gouveia. Thank you so much, Clifton. And I think Clifton's, one more thing. We're gonna go real quick. Clifton told us something in our other meeting. Clifton, if you're still there, he said, guys, he saw like maybe a pair of shoes that somebody had on. He took a picture of the shoes, guys, sent the picture to his butler, and they found the shoes, paid for the shoes, and sent him the shoes. I'm sorry. That's just like, oh my God, really?
I've always wanted my own personal butler, by the way, Mr. Delco. So I think my dream is coming true. Can we open up this text chat for a moment? Because it kind of feels like, you know, when you're containing people at the door and then you open the door and all of a sudden, I just want to see, you know, people's responses to this, everybody. How are you guys feeling about this product right about in? The doors are open. Give Mr. Clifton Brown your best, you know, expression right now of how you guys are feeling. This is absolute next level. Mr. Tony De Gouveia, thank you very, very much, truly, for everything you've done to put this together.
And let me push y'all to another level. Lisa Nakos is going to be doing a training on like hitting ranks and recruiting and team building just next week. She'll give an announcement about that later. But the reason why I said that is there is no card in Tony's list that you cannot afford. Why? Because all you got to do is build your team. I was talking to Ty Best. You're going to hear from him in a minute. Ty Best put $99 into the system to get $99 worth of G999. Wait. And it turned into a six-figure 30-day income. Like, literally, anybody can afford this card. All you got to do is get into the system and let people like Ms. Nakos and Mr. Tebow and Mr. De Gouveia and Andrew, let them teach you how to build it. This is incredible. So total unfair advantage right here. Thank you so much, Mr. Clifton Brown, and thank you, Tony De Gouveia. And I'm going to move quickly because, guys, I just brought up Mr. Ty Best's name. I think this will be a good moment to release some pent-up energy, because there's pent-up energy in the room. I bet people are punching their computers right now. They're jumping out of windows, man. They're fired up. And we've got a couple of massive producers in this industry who have been in the space for a long time. And they understand this space. They've maximized and mastered this space. The first one I want to bring to you, this guy is another long lost brother. Like, I really wonder like why God plays these tricks on me and has these really influential people from me until now. But Ty Best taught me this. He said, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I found me another teacher in this gentleman. We call him the Golden Rock Star. Man, this guy is helping people all over the world, living an extraordinary, exemplary lifestyle, but just humble, understands the business, but not only does he know the way, he shows the way. And he's helping people all over the world as well. The Golden Rock Star himself. What's going on, Brian?
Thank you, Mr. Delco. Thank you to the council. All I can say is what Clifton just shared, aha moment. Like, I'm just like absolutely blown away what the council's put together. Tony De Gouveia, all you guys, Andrew, Nitsa, Michael, Brian, Martin, Ty, all the stuff that's coming along through this is just absolutely amazing. And I just want to talk about reflection. I want you to think about, where were you a month ago? Where were you 3 months ago? Where was you 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago? And I just want to do some personal reflection to share with you. If you would have asked me a month ago, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago about cryptocurrency, digital space, DeFi, I'll tell you, first and foremost, I was terrified of it. I ran from every chance I got. I ran from it. And anybody that knows me knows I ran from it. But one of the things you got to do as a impactor is you got to start to absorb information and absorb different things. So I started reflecting on that, watching and learning from Tony, from Alfie, from Michael, from Nitsa, from Martin, all you guys, Brian McGinty, all you guys that are in the crypto space. And I started doing self-education. I started reflecting on it. I watched myself grow. Today, I'm not afraid to share that. I'm not afraid to go out and then learn the crypto space, talk the crypto space, talk the DeFi space. But now I want you to think about the reflection aspect of where are you going to be 1 month from now with making that change? Where are you going to be 3 months from now from making that change? Where are you going to be 6 months from now for making that change? A year from now, 5 years from now? Reflect on yourselves, reflect on what you're doing, but reflect as not just being an influencer. And an influencer, there's a lot of influencers in the world. We're going to come across many influencers. But remember, influencers create followers. You need to be the impactor in your community, in your own personal economy. You need to be impactor in your town, your city, your home, with your family, with your kids, with anybody and everybody you come in contact with because of number one reason. An impactor creates leaders. And Joseph Haidt and his vision and mission in this executive council, they are creating impactors locally and abroad. And when you do that together and you take the knowledge, the information, the education, the inspiration, the motivation, and what they have to instill, to empower, to elevate and derive and encourage you, as you start to grow into that impactor, as you start to grow and reflect on your own personal developments, you too will grow and you'll get confident, comfortable. But I was sitting here listening to Clifton and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I mean, I've been in this industry like Nitsa and many of you for 25 plus years. To see a company doing what they're doing and to hear that what you had to do prior to this being exclusive to us is putting $20 million in a bank. And we get this exclusively to us, first to market, first to take it to the world and mass adoption, exponential growth. Ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not hyping or anything. I'm talking pure real here with numbers. This right here, in my own opinion, and I'm just speaking for myself, ladies and gentlemen, and to the council. This is your 4, this is your 5, this is your 6, this is your 7, this is your 8 or 9-figure income potential. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it is the potential that is there. If you can think it, if you are a big thinker, love, says dreams, the bigger the revenue and prosperity and a passive income can be. And one of the things you got to believe, wherever your goals are right now, increase them. Increase them by 10, increase them by 50, increase them by 100, increase them by 1,000%, because we are not nowhere, sorry about that, folks, we are nowhere near what we can potentially do as a community, in community and unity, and it starts from this executive council. And I just want to say, with graciousness, humbleness, true, I'm so thankful and grateful, and I'm humbled that you guys allow me to come on and share. I love each and every one of you. I cannot wait to be around the world traveling with you. I can't wait to use these gold cards. I can't wait to watch the lives, the victories, the emotions, ups, downs, adversities, everything that we're going to go through as a community, but also everything we're going to do as we celebrate the victories together. With that being said, back over to the council. God bless each and every one of you. God bless to the members today. I love you guys. I appreciate you, and I'm honored and I'm humbled to be a part of this.
Thank you, Rockstar. We really appreciate you bringing that fire and that energy. I know what an emotional person you are, and you kind of, we've had these conversations. I asked Brian one time, I said, Brian, what makes you so emotional? I mean, Brian's a big, tough guy, you know, but you start talking about network marketing and building business and freedom, and that dude will tear up. He'll tear up so fast. And I was like, what makes you like this, Brian? He's like, man, it's the people. He said, I always see the people. Every time I see an opportunity, I see the people. So Brian, we're gonna have a hard time containing ourselves about this one because really, man, bro, you said some things. Look, true residual. Okay, all companies have residual. But y'all type in the chat room, how many times you use your debit card in one day?
Residual
How many
retail,
times you use your
Michael.
debit?
Residual retail.
Residual retail, how many? 4 times a day, 3, 5. Look at the numbers. 15, multiple times. You're paying online bills. You go to a restaurant, you're paying bills 15 times a day. Imagine, as Ty Best always taught me, look, it doesn't matter what the product is. Doesn't matter what the comp plan, it matters a little bit. A little bit. Not others. You know, one philosopher said, teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a day. I mean, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Here's a better one. Teach a man to teach his children to fish, you wipe out world hunger. How many of you guys are gonna go out there and not just teach people to fish, but teach them to teach people to fish so we can really make this world a better place? That's what Ty Best always taught me. He taught me, go get the numbers. Like, this card is outstanding, but it's less outstanding if you got 10 people on your team. It's more outstanding if you've got 10,000 people on your team and it's a community of people swiping their card for what they were already doing. They're already paying their mortgage. They're already buying groceries. They're already putting gas in the car. And the money is escaping outside to the merchants. How about we bring it home to our nation, as Joseph Haidt said, GS Partners, and we keep all those fees in the house. I am sorry I'm screaming at you, but I'm a little bit excited. I'm going to bring to the floor the guy who's got me screaming all the time because of what he pours into me on a daily basis. My personal mentor, a real brother, a big brother, and a friend. Look, I should have brought it in here. His wife, Valerie, sent me a card today. This is not the card, but I'm going to hold it up as a proxy. I pulled it out of the mailbox today, guys. It was a card. And Ty and Val Best simply said, Mike, Monisha, we love y'all, thinking about you. This is for all the holidays past and the holidays coming. Thank you. Like, that's a network marketer, a person who builds relationship. Over to you, Mr. Ty Best.
That's a beautiful tie, Mr. Best.
Hey, good afternoon, good morning. Buenos noches, buenos dias, all that stuff is going. I don't even know how to speak to the community, folks. I made some bullet points to keep me on track because you guys know I can talk for 3-4 hours, and I know we got 2 minutes. And so I'm gonna make this as brief as I possibly can. Number one, I want to thank Joseph Haidt one more time again for just putting himself out there and opening this door for this community that needs it. This networking community is out there that needs it. I'm not talking about the folks in this room. The 1,000 people who are in this room, great. We're blessed to be here. What a blessing to be here. I want to thank Mr. Alex Coates-Endow for coming in expressing something that needs to be expressed, that, you know, we're about serving the community. I really believe that the greatest leader are the greatest servers. I believe the more you help other people get what they want, as Zig Ziglar said, the more you get what you want. You don't have to worry about you if you worry about other people. And so, and I want to say to the Executive Council one more time, I bow down to you guys. Hats off to you guys, to Nisa Nakos, to Martin Tebow, to Brian McGinty, all you guys, and Andrew, you know you're my man, right? Because you know I do the same thing in my house. I got a special situation with my child, and every time you talk, brother, I have to fight back the tears, because I understand how it is to have that thing in your house that money can't fix. But time can put you in a position to support that situation. And that's why I'm always talking about freedom, 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 freedom. Okay, all the stuff is great, the watch is great, the jewelry is great, all that stuff is great, but nothing compares to freedom. And what you've done, Mr. Haidt, is put us in a position to create freedom for people unlike anything that's ever been done. And then the last thing I'm gonna say, because I could go off, so I'm gonna say this one last thing. Thank you, Tony DeGavera, for bringing out Clifford Brown. Clifford, look, brother, man to man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm in love with you, man. Okay, I'm just telling you right now, I'm in love with you. You broke this thing. I'm the Forrest Gump of networking. I like things clear and simple, and you broke down this GSLifestyle card to where I get it. But not only that, you said something that was dear to my heart. What got me excited about networking 37 years ago was I saw a chance for the little guy to start with nothing and to become somebody. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting emotional. And when you said when you said, Clifford, you've always fought for the underdog. Man, that ripped me up because that's what this is all about to me. Network marketing puts us in a position to close the wealth gap between the haves and the have-not, and have a champion from the sides of the have, like Joseph Haidt on our team. On the team said, I want to change the world. We're going to create a nation. And when you, Mr. Brown, said you've always been for the underdogs, man, you grabbed me. I can't wait to meet you somewhere in Dubai or somewhere in some place in the world where we can sit down and chat. Because this is what GS Partners has done, is put us all in a position, not just to change our lives, but to help millions of people who are in bondage, who are COVID terrified, who are terrified by their job, terrified about their future. And we have an opportunity to go share with them how simple it is to change their life. It's a $149 decision to change your life forever. Man, God bless. Thank you for giving me a few minutes here, man. I turn it back over to you, Mr. Delco. Thank you, guys. God bless. Thank you all on the council. Mr. Brian McGinty, you know I love you, brother. You always bring the heart. Thank you very much. Mr. Brian Cromley, same to you, sir. Love your story.
Thank you, Tom Best. And I don't know, it's divine. That's a word you'll hear us say over and over and over again. Every last part of this, from its inception and its how it's constructed, it's just all divine. The melding and the bringing together of all different people of different lands, cultures, creeds, languages, it's completely divine. It's all under this gentleman that I'm going to introduce to you right now. And there aren't enough superlatives to speak about this man. He's an international success, speaks multiple languages, I think fluently 5 languages. He always says to us, did the people understand me? My English not so good. If I didn't understand anything Joseph Haidt said, I would feel it in my heart. The man truly loves people. Guys, I'm going to tell you a little fun fact and a little secret, because I've worked with CEOs for the last 20 years, and they all have something in common. And it's not a bad thing. It's just a thing that they like to be catered to, and they like to be ushered in on red carpets, and they show up when it's their time to speak. Guys, Joseph Haidt has been on this platform all day. He was here from the very start. Matter of fact, he was knocking in the door in the Telegram group saying, where's my link? I need my link. He wants to be there when the opening music starts and dance with the music. He listens to all the speakers. When I was in Dubai talking, like, you don't know how inspiring it is for someone with his level of success, brought hundreds of companies and IPOs to the market and had tons of success. He's a major player in the world's metals markets and the stone markets and real estate industries. And just, there's no legitimate, logical reason to be engaged and involved and concerned about a guy like me, a poor guy from Eden, North Carolina, raised poor. There's no reason for him to be really interested in what I have to say. And yet he will pick up the phone and call me. He wants to be a part of every single fiber of this thing. So it is with it's great pleasure and esteem that I bring to you all our chairman of the board, the visionary of this amazing, life-changing opportunity, Mr. Joseph Haidt. Good evening to you, Mr. Haidt from Dubai.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Michael, for these great words. I am really touched. And I'm really touched of our community, our members, our citizens of our country, which are every day more and more members, as I can see. But I will tell one more time to all of you, good evening, dobro večer, dame I gospodo. Buonasera, signore e signori. Buenas noches, buenas tardes. For our Chinese community, Wan Shan Hao, I appreciate all of you. French, bonsoir, here from Dubai. So I'm really touched to see you all here, all top members around the world. in our association, in our small city, 55,000 members, 250,000 users, G999 blockchain technology. What I want to tell G999 blockchain technology, G999 blockchain technology, I wish and I will lead you to there, to be a synonym, to be a slogan of education and wealth, education and wealth. All of you, when you think on Singapore, what you have in your picture in the front of you, which picture you have? You have picture of futuristic city, clean, educate. The same and similar is Dubai, which citizens and citizenship is #1 in the world. I told in my past 2 or 3 events, I don't accept #2, just #1. And I will lead you to #1. Everybody from us here need to give some part of him, because nothing is coming from nothing doing. So we need all to do something to reach this point. But what we need to do and what we will get, I will give you the ground podest for this part. As I told in our last calls, we are beginning with 7 people. 7 people. And we have now 55,000 members. 250 registered users on GS Trade. We have now our GSLifestyle. You can imagine this? Still many cannot imagine. I am very excited. You are excited? Are you excited? I want.
Yes.
We have it. We're waited. We're worked hard on G999 blockchain. You can imagine. You wish baby. You have a, it's not coming. It's not coming. And when you want to give up, the baby is there. After 3 years, the baby is there. And now we have a baby. And nobody can tell me we don't have it. We have it. We have it. It's here with us. Did you download the wallet? Did you have G999s?
Yeah.
So it's not possible to be half pregnant, or you have it or you don't have it. Or you are pregnant or you are not. I like the critic. It's absolutely no problem. I hear around, yeah, it's a scam. But how it can be scam if it's existing? How it can be scam? So you can answer to everybody proud. We have it. It's there. It's here. And we will build it more. I hear it. We don't have it. We have it. I hear from many people, yeah, it's nothing is there. Did you download the G999 wallet? You can ask him. Do you have the coins in your wallet? In your wallet.
Yes.
And today, our members presented you GSLifestyle. GSLifestyle. You can imagine what is this? It's education, it's a wealth. It's education, is a wealth, and is here with us. Here with us. Is existing. And our members who are with us from the beginning, they will be rewarded. They will be rewarded in big way because they are our members, our citizens. And this is not a unique product. And why we are going step by step. Why? We want that our members, our associates, our citizens from this country, population from this country, from this republic, from this beautiful city, we wish for them that they are educated. And that when we are educated, we can give this part of education around the world. And then we will be understandable. Just when you are educated, you can advertise this education. So it's not a problem. Nobody is born with a knowledge. And because of this, we have our academy. We have our GSPartners platform, one of rare platforms, maybe unique in the world, which is borderless, where you can get your commission in lifetime. In lifetime. The company cannot run away with money. And as we see today, many companies is going in bankruptcy. Some of them is going especially in bankruptcy and run away and nobody can find them, especially in this digital era. And because of this, we're, as our CTO mentioned before, our best approval is a fact. We have it here. We have it here. And we wish that you are as first educate. When you are first educate, then you can give this education worldwide. And it's a time for everybody. It's a time and it's a great product. You see before in a back office of the card, did you follow shops? I spoke before in our calls about certificated resellers and why they will come later. Because first we wish that you are educated. Because if you don't know how to use this product, how you can teach other, how you can give this education. So we'll go step by step. And you can imagine, everybody of you can be certificated reseller. Certificated reseller. And you can imagine that these certificated resellers, they will be also shareholders of this company. You hear it good, they will be shareholder. Anybody of you can also be shareholder and have it possibility. This possibility I will present you from 15 February with our IPO. So you can be a part, you are already member, but you can be also shareholder. So positionate yourself. Somebody will be in our city mayor. Somebody will work next to mayor. Somebody will be under. And everybody who use our services, which are huge, GSPartners, GS Trade, GS Telecom, GS Signature Card, G999 card, GSLifestyle Card, and much other products, decentralized bank. You can imagine you as reseller, certificated reseller, you have your own bank. You have your own bank. The people is coming directly to you automatically because company will not sell a product direct. And because of this, I don't know how to explain you. Many people ask me, where is the headquarter? I can tell you, we have a headquarter in Germany. Our paid capital is almost 10 million euro. The company is founded by me in 2011. In 2014, I capitalized this company with 9 million euro in 2014. I started as a young boy, as a student, as a barman. As a barman, I work at a bar and I make my studio. I make something absolutely else. I couldn't never imagine that I will work in technology company with some things which I never could imagine that it will be existing. The similar is now for many people is understanding and knowledge. Understanding and knowledge. And because of this education, ladies and gentlemen, this is the most important. And this ground reality, benzene stations, yes, and something like this, yes, to have a users, distributors, you all are part of this, and you can improve yourself, and not just this, you can save your position, Still is time to save your position to be a shareholder and member. Because these products will be and are already every day is knocking companies around the world. Fintechs, e-money institutions, to use our product, to use our services. So you can imagine similar like a restaurant in our city, somebody will come to rent in a building where you are holder a place. Another one will come to eat, and so on. And from every users, we'll get a fee. We'll get a fee for water, for electricity, for anything which is in our republic. You can imagine this? Almost no one or very rare companies have this what we have. Very, very rare companies. And this is not all. This is just one of products. So I repeat one more time that many people ask at me, headquarter. Yes, we have a headquarter in Germany. We have a professional trust in Sweden. It's a daughter company of GSB from Germany. We have a sister company in Kazakhstan, which is accredited from regulator for Forex, crypto service, and money providing. We have a A-bank license in an offshore zone in Comore Union. We have a partnership in England, a sister company, which give you this possibility with GSLifestyle, which is as well bank and e-money provider with the GSB. This is existing, and it's not just this. What I want to tell with this, certificated resellers, we want that you are protected. We want that our community, that our citizens are protected. How? Because of these companies around and certificated reseller, the users need to go to certificated resellers and not to the company. You can imagine that you go to Amazon. We're working digital era. You don't go to visit Amazon. You can follow me? So everybody who will be a certificated reseller, anything what is going, or anybody who wish to use our service, is need to go to certificated reseller. And certificated reseller are in the same way shareholder of the company, where the certificated resellers are splitting profit with the company. And company will give the infrastructure for these certificated resellers. I come back to G999. What this mean for G999? Everything. Because with this, we'll increase a demand through users. We'll increase demand and we'll decrease circulation, supply. And this everything together is increasing a value of our G999 coin, which is a part of our, which is a key for all the houses, for all the buildings in our country. You can imagine that you can be owner of your bank, of your decentralized bank. You can be owner of your decentralized bank. And this is just one part of it. The G999 blockchain, the G999 coin, it can increase much. Store of value is always stable. Why am I telling this? We are preparing for the end of the year. And because of this, I tell and come one more time back, step by step, floor by floor. Why? Because we want to have stability and we want to build healthy, educated, wealthy. Our slogan is education and wealth. This is G999, blockchain technology. You need to be similar with this technology. And when you are similar with this technology, then you will win. And then we will win all who is living in our country. So everybody need to give a part from him to keep it clean, this country, to be educated, and so you help your next other. I will come one more time back to super notes, which will come in the end of the year, which we have already ready. We have them already ready, but we want to build the first infrastructure and not sell you something what you cannot use. First, we build infrastructure, and then we'll go forward. When we have built, then we'll go forward. So you cannot live in house if it's house not built. Yes, you can live, but if you have not furniture, what you do? You sleep on the floor? No. We wish that you are educated, and we build the infrastructure all together, and all of you can be part of it now and position it themselves on the right position. So it depends on you, not on me. I will support you how much I can. And as I told, in the end of the year, we will have super notes for gold, super notes for diamonds, super notes for silver, super notes for palladium and platinum as a store of value, where you can, conservative, put some value, some assets which are stable, because 1 kilogram of gold or 1 kilogram of silver or of palladium or platinum, it's always 1,000 gram. But there cannot expect from this store of value that it will going more. It's impossible. 1 kilogram is always 1 kilogram or 1,000 gram. And the key to this, and the key for all the infrastructure, is a G999. If you don't have G999, you cannot reach to there. It's impossible. And any usage is going through G999. And this is what makes G999 attractive and juicy. Yes, so you can a little bit also, let's tell like this, I will not tell gamble, yes, but this is juicy on G999, yes, and on our blockchain, which is great. I spoke yesterday to 2 huge companies, very well-known company. And I am pretty sure that we will reach to the contract, because we are already in legally phase to make a contract with them, which they will use our blockchain. One of this company will use in them all ecosystem as a certification of a product. Any product which they produce, and you can imagine this with a watch. Any watch in the world, you can track it then through our blockchain. Through our blockchain. You can see directly, you go on QR code as a user, that this watch is a real, that is produced at that fabric, at that day, and so many pieces. And not just this, you can imagine lifestyle, like many companies, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Hermes, and however, around the world, yes? It cannot be fake. We protect the people around the world, and not just this. The shops which are using our cards, they get money instant, and we bring them the people, we bring them consumers, and this everything through G999 blockchain. You can imagine what is this? Ladies and gentlemen, and we have it. We have it now. We have it now. Shareholders of the company, IPO, we begin for our members with IPO. So with the IPO, you will have possibility to get fixed value, and where we give utility for our G999. The details I will give you on 15, but I can promise you that is very good for any G99 holder, and not just this, with any coin, what you give or what you burn, you don't give it to nobody. Any coin which you burn, you increase your value. So it's a similar, like if you have a 2-liter bottle, yeah, and this bottle have inside 500 milliliter, and you exchange it for 1.5 liter bottle, which is full. because automatically so more will make attractive our country for tourists. Maybe some people understand better what this means to be a member or to be directly member and a shareholder of a country. What this mean? Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I told you that I started as a barman. As a barman when I was a student. My family is not a rich family. I made everything by myself. So don't give up. When you think that is impossible, just push it more and you will reach there where you belong and in what you trust. And this you have a possibility with GSPartners platform, with GSB Gold Standard Group. And as I told, in the next 3 years, we have a plan for next 3 years. This year, for this year is a plan to decrease supply of 3 billion coins. And for this, I prepared fixed value of 300 million of the shares of our company. So improve yourself, give education to another, and don't give up. Thank you very much to all of you. I'm proud of all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you so much, Mr. Height. Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Height.
You know, sometimes I overuse the word wow, but there's a reason for it. And so I'm going to give you guys now the CEO's definition of wow, so that you won't think it's just a platitude. You without words, like when you're speechless, when you're a person of some level of oratorical skills, and you get to the point where you really can't describe how you're feeling. People are texting me right now, Mr. Height. They're in tears. Some people are saying things they don't want to say in the public space, but just their level of gratitude, how their hearts are bursting at the seams for this opportunity. See, Mr. Tybes says this a lot too. He said he wakes up sometimes. Mr. Tybes had a heart attack a few years ago. And so some months later, he was able to talk to me in depth about it. He's like, Mike, you know, to be able to recover from that heart attack and to wake up in the morning when you get tired of sleeping, I could walk downstairs at lunchtime and make my wife breakfast. He said, and then I think about these people that are driving to and from work, just praying and hoping that God will give them something. Ladies and gentlemen, this is that thing. It's because of this gentleman, Mr. Joseph Height. And so we're grateful, we're thankful, and appreciate you so much for the sacrifice you've made to bring this opportunity to the world. So again, I guess thank you feels a little bit inadequate, but there you go, without words. Just wow, Mr. Height, just wow. Thank you very much. And I know the council, I see you guys applauding and pumping your fists in the air. Thank you for that, because he deserves that level of respect. So guys, I've talked to you a lot today. It's been an honor for me to do this part of the event, but don't go anywhere, because like literally it's going to get even better. I'm going to bring a dynamic duo to the floor right now to close us out. The first person, she'll give you some examples and some announcements of some very important milestones that we will be crushing in just a minute. And then she'll close us out with our final speaker of the evening. So you all know her. You all love her. I think Miss Judy Emden called her the fairy godmother. And I said, no, she's the fairy gold mother. She's a fairy gold standard mother, the fairy gold mother. Everybody's big sis, my big little sis. But anyway, everybody's big sister, the inimitable, Ms. Nisa-Nakos. Good evening to you, Ms. Nakos.
Mr. Delco, good evening, good evening. I'm sitting here having absolute wow moments. That was a tremendous speech. The whole event has been tremendous. I want to thank everybody who's taken the floor today for really just delivering, inspiring us and educating us. I was listening to Mr. Joseph Haidt, and I gotta say this. I need to say this, Mr. Haidt, to you specifically. I don't know if, recently I have been really contemplating a lot about the difference between being passionate, because I've always been very passionate. When I love something and I go for it. But I've really been contemplating the difference between passion and conviction. Passion with conviction. And conviction is tied to purpose. When we are dialed into our purpose, passion just comes so naturally. But here's what happens. We inspire people at levels that even we don't understand. As people, we don't understand it. Mr. Haidt, you've been a successful businessman for a very long time. You have changed many people's lives that are around you, I'm sure, in your life. But I want you to understand what you are doing to this community. You are raising this community, Mr. Haidt, because you have the conviction of purpose. This is amazing. You are making us better people, Mr. Haidt. Smarter with business. And yes, to have this principle of education and wealth, and thank you for demonstrating that every day. Because we've come from I'll speak for myself. The last 7 years, I've come from an environment where sales was more important. It was more important than infrastructure. And that is why I have a tremendous amount of respect for you to take it slow and step by step and deliver real value with integrity. Man, that juices me up, ladies and gentlemen. If you can't already tell, that juices me up because I love nothing more than integrity. Thank you to all the speakers. Look, I am only here for literally 3 minutes and my colleagues are gonna literally pull me off stage. So I gotta be quick with you, but I need you guys to write down 3 things, everybody, because after today's event, this is just blowing my mind. GS Lifestyle, please write this down. Number 1, we're going to talk about compensation. Then I'm going to pass it over to the incredible, astounding Mr. Andrew Eaton, who's got some very simple marching orders for all of us leaving this event. Are you guys ready? Number 1, promotional growth. Number 1, promotional growth. Can we write that down? Promotional growth. Look, we have got everything under this one umbrella called GS Partners, okay? Those of you that are in sales understand promotional growth. It means we've got products that we put into the market, we distribute, we sell, we make commissions back for those sales, yeah? Promotional growth. We have got GS Lifestyle one-time set up. That one-time setup, we get paid. We have got market vouchers, yeah? People want to come, they want what? They want G999. They see the power of this opportunity. They want to get involved. Market vouchers, boom. That could be one-time promotional growth. It could be residual income, which is the second one. Write this down, residual income. Ladies and gentlemen, I fell in love with this industry 27 years ago because I wanted residual income. With GS Partners and our incredible products and rewards plan, we have residual income. What is it, ladies and gentlemen? Write it down. The BAM and the PAM, or the BAM PAM, the brand advantage memberships, our basic, our premier. These are yearly residual income products. We do the work once, yeah? And we follow back up you know, year after year for that income, that residual income. Next, we have GSLifestyle monthly. Write it down, membership. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we do the work once, and every single month that income is coming in month after month after month. And did you guys get excited about the savings account? Did you get excited about the savings account? Can you say residual income? How many of you understand the power of saving? One thing, you know, my first run, I joined network marketing in my 20s. I made my first $1 million at the age of 32, several more millions within my 30s. And the best thing happened to me at the age of 40. I lost everything. I had to learn the value of saving and the value of putting your money to work for you. Maybe that's why I'm here, why I was attracted to these companies. But here's what I want to say to you guys. Cost average savings. We know how important it is to save our money in an asset, in an appreciating asset, in a digital asset, and very soon to come in a hard asset. Monthly, weekly, daily, weekly, monthly, daily, weekly money. How many of you are going to be saving your money in cryptocurrency, in G999, daily, weekly, monthly? Ladies and gentlemen, that is residual income. But I'm going to end with this: passive income. Passive. Now, there is a difference between residual and there is a difference between passive. And the difference is this: the residual, it's the product. We buy it again and again and again and again. We consume it again and again and again and again. Passive income, ladies and gentlemen, GSLifestyle swipe. That has absolutely nothing to do with what we are doing in GS Partners. Michael Delco asked the question, how many times do you use your debit card every day, every week, every month? How many times do you use your credit card? And what do you use it on? Not just one product, not just two, but a multitude of things, ladies and gentlemen. Do you realize that you will be earning passive income every single time somebody in your team uses that card? I'm blown away, Andrew. Look, we have a big goal as a community, and that is 1 million members this year, starting this year. One of the things that I'm going to do on Tuesday is I'm going to teach this field. I invite you all, and the details will post on the Facebook group. I'm going to have a training where I'm going to teach you about the infinity pool. This is another part of our compensation plan. This is a part to help us build up leaders within our teams. Leaders are responsible to follow the system, teach the system. Leaders guide, nurture, and build the culture within the community. And leaders drive production. Ladies and gentlemen, the infinity pool is like a leadership development program. You simply hit rank and you get paid. Hit rank and you get paid each and every month. Whether you hit the same rank, whether you hit a bigger rank, or hey, it's going to happen from time to time. We might fall back a rank. Okay, it happens. Life is life, and it's life flows. But ladies and gentlemen, get excited, because this is another income stream that will be available to you. I'm going to show you exactly how to crush it. February is our big month, ladies and gentlemen. To hit 1 million members this year, we need to learn to pace ourselves. How do we pace ourselves? Our first goal, 100,000 people by March 15th. That's step number 1, everybody. February is going to get us there. Tune in Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll put it out there. But Andrew Eaton, 100,000 people. I know you've got a specific game plan, one that not only you've learned, not only you have done, but you have become a master in over the top, and show us exactly how we're going to get to 100,000 people by March. Andrew, over to you.
That's it. Thank you so much. I'm fired up listening to everyone here. It's 20 past 11 here in South Africa, so I can only imagine what the Malaysians are feeling like right now, but I'm sure you're pumped. And what I've noticed, we definitely have leaders on this call because our numbers have stayed pretty high after, towards the end of the webinar. And at meetings, I always look to see who's there at the end, because that's where I know I find my leaders. I find my leaders at the end of the meeting, not at the beginning of the meeting. So if you're here today, well, if you're still here right now, I want to really congratulate you for sticking with us all the way here. What you said as well, going to echo what old Cliff Braun said as well. We're here for the underdog. We here, network marketing enables average people, an average person like me, with above average dreams to achieve their goals. Yeah. And why what you said, Ty, and why what Cliff said really struck a note with me is because I am that guy. I am that guy. Back in 2011, I wasn't in a good space. And really what I want to talk to you about tonight, and the reason I'm telling you the story is because I really want to talk to you about two things tonight. I want to talk to you about numbers, and I want to talk to you about launch. I want to talk to you about numbers, and I want to talk to you about launch. And I want to tell you my story about when I, as an average guy, when I got to understand my numbers, and I understood the opportunity that I had back then, which isn't even as big as what we have right now. And I understood that I could launch my business, understanding my numbers, that my life could change. And so you see, in 2011, I needed to get into network marketing because I've got two autistic kids, as Ty said, and I knew things had to change. And I know there are lots of parents on this call tonight, and I know that you would do anything for your children as well. And I was no different. 2011, I was broke. I'd lost my traditional business. I had no ambition. I was going through the mill of life, just waking up, doing what I needed to do. And then one day we woke up to find out our little girl was autistic, and everything changed for me. And I knew that if I was going to give this little girl what she deserved in her life, I was going to have to do and act differently. I knew that she was going to deserve my time and my money so that I could give her a fighting chance in life. And so for me, the answer to doing that for her and for my little boy was to start a home-based business. And so in 2011, I rolled up my sleeves and I got busy. Now, here's what I didn't have. I didn't have any mentors, and I didn't have anyone guiding me along the way back then. All I knew was that I had to get busy. Why do I say that right now? Because people, you need to get busy. We need to get busy. We need to get busy. But because I didn't understand my numbers, I also got despondent very quickly. And you see, as we march forward into February and March, as we launch our businesses, some of us on this call are incredibly experienced, and we know exactly what we need to do to launch our businesses. Some of us don't have that experience. And if you are one of those people, I want to give you a few numbers that I wasn't told in the beginning, but only about 6-7 months later, which probably saved my network marketing career. You see, after 6 months of not understanding my numbers, after 6 months of running around, burning myself out, I was ready to quit. It would have been a very, very expensive mistake. But at that stage, I had found one of my first mentors, and I'll never forget going to him and saying to him, Steve, I'm burnt out, man. What do I need to do to get my business off the ground? And he said something to me that I want to tell you tonight so that you understand your numbers. He said to me, Andrew, you need to understand the numbers of the game. You need to understand the 4 lines of the field that we play in. He said, and I don't only want you to understand the numbers, I want you to embrace those numbers. He says, and here's what it is. He said, Andrew, 80 to 90% of the people that you go out to and talk about this business, about your business, that you go out and talk to, 80 to 90% of those people will say no. I want you to think about that. Now, he said, And of the 10 to 20% of the people that say yes, Andrew, 80 to 90% of those people will do very little or nothing. Now, as I talk to you about this, I want you to just answer to yourself. If 80 to 90% of the people that you're talking to are going to say no to you, are you talking to enough people? And if the 10 or 20% of those people that say yes to little or nothing, are you bringing in enough people that will build this business with you? See, I needed to understand those numbers. But here's what I want to tell you. The next thing. The next thing he said to me was one of the most exciting things anyone has ever told me in this industry. He said to me, Andrew, he said, I don't want you to just accept those numbers. I want you to embrace them. And I want you to embrace them because it's the 5 to 10% of the people that actually do something that will make you wealthier beyond your wildest dreams. Now, when I understood that, and I really hope tonight that this is one thing that you get from me tonight. I mean, after all these great speakers, if there's one thing that I want to get, that I hope you get from me tonight, is that you're going to have to do the numbers. There is no magic wand. And you are going to have 80 to 90% of the people that you speak to saying no at some stage during the sales process. And of those 10 to 20% of the people that you do bring on board into GSP, 80 to 90% of those people, guess what they're going to do? They're going to buy a pack, they're going to do nothing, and you need to be comfortable with that. But you need to link arms with those 5 to 10% of the people that do something and build your legacy, build your dynasty, change their lives and change your life. And so here's what I want to talk to you about tonight. There are 3 numbers that I want us to focus on as we move forward till the 15th of March. But before I tell you what those numbers are, I really would like you to understand where we find ourselves today. Every single person on this call, finds themselves in a unique position where they get to launch not only a company, but their own companies as well. You see, GSPartners is in pre-launch right now. It has not launched. And I want to tell you why I'm here. I joined GSPartners, if I may open up my heart to you, I joined GSPartners because I wanted to fix things. Many of you know what I'm talking about. I wanted to fix things. And I was introduced to Mr. Height. And all I wanted him to do was fix things for us. And then I got to learn and sit with him and learn a little bit more about him and his heart and his vision. And I want to tell you all right now, I'm no longer here to fix things. I'm here because I'm inspired. I'm here because I know that Mr. Height is going to do some great things with or without me, because of his why and his vision. And so I find myself in a very unique situation, in a very unique position as an average person. I'm an average person. I've got a wife, I've got 2 kids, I live in a modest house in South Africa. But I'm an average person with above average dreams. And I've joined forces with a man that has incredible vision and the resources to make that vision come true. And I have always said, a man or a woman with a vision will always be more powerful than a man or a woman with a product. And I want to tell you today that we find ourselves in a unique position where we get to launch a company with a man like Yusuf Haidt. One of the best ways to create wealth, there are 3 ways to create wealth. One way to create wealth, and that's leverage. One of those 3 ways is leveraging of someone else's vision and ideas. We get that today. We get that right now. And so we get to launch GSPartners, and we get to launch our own businesses within GSPartners. You see, this is what I realized. Yusuf Haidt is going to succeed here with or without Andrew Eaton. That's a done deal. That's a done deal. Yusuf Haidt is going to succeed with what he's put together here with or without, frankly, anyone else on this call. And so we need to make a decision. We need to make a decision tonight, today, if you're in America. And I implore you, that decision needs to be made tonight or today, wherever you are. What part do we want to play in helping Yusuf Haidt make his vision come true? What part do we want to play to benefit of our own actions? That is a decision every person individually needs to make on this call tonight. What do you want to play? Now, I want to tell, we're all starting on equal grounding here. This company is new. GSB is not new, as you heard from Yusuf earlier. GSPartners is new. We got equal grounding here, people. We all get to dictate, we all get to decide what actions we do when we wake up tomorrow or what we do later this afternoon. We get to decide that. And here's what I want to tell you, what I've learned over the last couple of years. And these are the 3 numbers I want everyone, because you see, these 3 numbers, the high achievers are going to outdo them by a long way, but anyone can do them to launch their business with these 3 numbers. Who would like to know what those 3 numbers are? If you want to know what those 3 numbers are, put 3 in the comments box there. It's just 3 numbers. Just 3 numbers. Put them in the comments box. And people, these are 3 numbers which every single person on this call can do starting today and for the next 45 days, because that is what we have until the 15th of March. Lots of people writing 3 here. All right, I'll tell you what they are. The first number is 20. Write down 20. The second number is 3. And the third number, funny enough, is 3. Now, who's ready to run with those 3 numbers for the next 45 days? You don't even know what they mean yet, but who's ready to run with those for the next 45 days? Because one of the keys to success is consistency. And I'm asking everyone on this call tonight for 45 days of consistency, just 45 days. If you knew that for the next 45 days, you needed to perfect 3 numbers. And if you did those 3 numbers, you would set yourself up to have a 6-figure income business, dollar-wise. If you knew that's all you had to do for the next 45 days, you would be in. Who wants to hear it? All right, well, I'm going to tell you what they are. Every day, I want you to connect with 20 new people. Now, that could be 20 people that have been on your cell phone that you haven't spoken to for a long time, 20 new people on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. Just say hello. Connect. 20 every single day. Then I want you to ensure that every day of those 20 people, a minimum of 3 people watch the information video that you send them. I know we all got different teams, different information videos right now, but whichever team you're in, whichever site that you're directing them to, make sure that 3 people a day watch that video. And then the third thing I wanted to talk to you about, the third number, follow up with 3 people a day that have watched the videos, because I know I always say the fortune's in the follow-up. There might be many people that disagree with me. They'll say the fortune's in the numbers. Yeah, well, the fortune's in the numbers or the follow-ups as well, aren't they? So make sure that you're connecting with 20 people a day, getting 3 people to watch your link a day, and following up with those 3 people a day for the next 45 days. The next 45 days. Now, I want to finish up with the story. In 2012, I got to understand those 3 numbers. I got to understand those 3 numbers. And for the next 60 days after I understood those numbers, I went on a 60-day blitz. It was supposed to be 90, but I did burn out at 60. And I was relentless, understanding those 3 numbers and making sure I ticked those 3 numbers off every day. I didn't go to sleep until those 3 numbers were done. And I want to say in 60 days, I signed up over 250 people, and my life and my business changed. And that can be the same for absolutely everyone on this call. It's just a decision. It's just a decision. What are you willing to do for the next 45 days? Is all we're asking for. Well, it's actually 47 days. It's all we're asking for. So that come the 15th of March, when we've launched this company, you have a minimum of 20 active frontline. A minimum of 20 active frontline. And if we all do that on this call, and we teach others to do the same, we will hit our target of 100,000 people by launch. Now, you might be saying it as I end off. You might be saying, well, why should I worry about the 100,000? It's not me. I'm just in this part of the business. I want to tell you why that's important. Because when we launch this business with 100,000 affiliates, do you understand how the world is going to sit up and take notice? Because we haven't even launched yet. And so I implore all of you today, all of us here tonight, 20, 3, 3 for 47 days. Start tomorrow. Start tomorrow, because you'll probably get your first links out in 2 days' time after that, after connecting. And it's just a hello. People, an average guy with above average dreams in 2012 took those and ran with them for 60 days, and he changed his life with an opportunity that doesn't even touch this one. What can we do here? What can we do with this? If we embrace those numbers, if we embrace them. So I'm looking forward to seeing who does, because it's just a decision. It's just a decision. With that, Michael, back to you. 47 days to the 15th of March, 47 days of 23-3. Back to you, Michael.
Thank you, Andrew.
Man, just truly a beautiful day that we've had today. And thank you, Andrew Eden, for inspiring me, inspiring us, inspiring the world. Thank you, Joseph Haidt and Alexandru Kosendow, for bringing the information to us. I'm going to leave you guys with this. You all know this story. If you're a networker, you know the story of the fable of the chicken and the eagle. There was a very small eagle who fell from his safety nest, and the farmer brought the eagle and put him in there with the chickens. He thought it was one of his chicks because it kind of looked like it as a small, little funny looking bird, but he figured it was a chicken. So he raised it with the chickens. And so that eagle grew up around chickens, doing what chickens do, ate what chickens eat, clucked around like chickens clucked around. He tried to mimic him. His voice sounded strange. He didn't feel at home with the chickens. And yet, he was stuck there in the chicken coop. Always felt a little weird, but he was in the chicken coop, and he had wings, but over time, his wings got bigger than the chickens. His body got stronger than the chickens. So he looked weird, and all the chickens looked at him. It's like, that's a weird looking chicken. And this naturalist came and said, man, he said to the farmer, what are you doing with that eagle in the chicken coop? And the farmer didn't have TV. He didn't know what an eagle was. He said, it's not an eagle. What's an eagle? He said, it's a big chicken. He said, it's not a big chicken, damn it, that's an eagle. He said, it's not an eagle, man, it's a chicken. He said, hand me that bird. And he took the eagle and he said, pointed up at the sky, and he said, stretch forth your wings and fly. And the eagle just plopped down to the ground. Why? Because it was trained to be a chicken, but it was an eagle. The naturalist walked away. He said, I don't understand this. He came back the next day. He said the eagle was getting even bigger, and the down was starting to fall off, and his wings were getting golden and strong. And the naturalist said to the farmer, let me try again. He said, man, he took him and turned him the other direction and pointed at the sun. He said, stretch forth your wings and fly. And he tossed the eagle up, and the eagle, boom, fell down to the ground like a chicken. Am I talking to anybody yet? You knew you felt weird all your life. And somebody sees something big you like Ty Best saw in me, and he throws you up, and I just land, thinking I'm a chicken. And then the third day, the naturalist came back. He said, look, this is the last time I'm going to try, and if it doesn't work this time, I will give you your big chicken. And the farmer said, yeah, go ahead. You know, he's not acting right anyway. He acts like he doesn't like the food anymore. He's getting too big. He's taking up all the space from the other chickens. He's acting greedy. You know, he doesn't fit in. Take him. And the naturalist took the eagle to the mountaintop where he was naturally designed to be. And he pointed up and he saw some other eagles flying. And he said, stretch forth your wings and fly, you're an eagle. And he threw him up, and that big eagle started flying, and he never saw him again. Guys, that's you. That is you. Why are we here? We're eagles. We're eagles, and we're telling you right now, the only thing standing between you and your magnificent dream is to see some other eagles. Here we are. Here we are. All of us telling you right now, you're an eagle. Stop believing what those chickens told you. Stop believing what your environment told you. Yeah. Whatever it was that told you you couldn't achieve, stop it. You're an eagle. Guys, it's been amazing today. Council, Mr. Ty Best, hey, Mr. Brian Crumley, Bruce Hughes, and y'all guys don't see these guys. Bruce Hughes and Brandon Earp Jones in the background, keeping everything strong. Ms. Priska King, taking care of all of our admin stuff. This is an amazing team. We're destined for more than success. Everybody have a phenomenal day, and we will see you on the white sandy beaches of the world. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.